Hello and welcome to Channel 8 News.
The Kansas State fishing team is tossing their lines in here at Milford Lake. I'm Don Bolerjack with more on the story coming up on Channel 8 News.
The Derby race was this weekend. All that excitement next.
On your marks, get set, go!
Also in sports, we will cover all the hype surrounding the new hire of Bruce Weber, the new men's basketball coach.
All of that plus more coming up on Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News, KKSU LP. From Manhattan and Riley County. From Kansas State University. This is Channel 8 News.
Just 5 days after the departure of men's head basketball coach Frank Martin, K-State announced that former Illinois head coach Bruce Weber would be hired to follow in his footsteps. Channel 8 reporter Michael Pereira was at the press conference on Saturday.
Well, guys, it certainly was a shock when Frank Martin announced that he was leaving for South Carolina, but new head coach Bruce Weber did his best on Saturday to try to calm the waters.
On Saturday, March 31st at 3 p.m., Athletics Director John Curry and University President Kirk Schultz ushered in the next era of Kansas State basketball by hiring former Illinois head coach Bruce Weber.
In Bruce Weber, we introduce a man who in 14 years as a head coach has won over 300 games, battling night in and night out in two incredibly tough and balanced leagues, while winning 4 conference championships.
Media from all over Northeast Kansas flocked to hear Weber's first statement in K-State Purple.
For me, it is a lot of excitement, true honor to be here and be named the head basketball coach at such an institution.
Weber was fired earlier this season from Illinois after going 17-15 this season and failing to make the NCAA tournament 3 out of the past 5 years. But some current K-State players are excited with the new hire.
Yeah, it sounds like he's, ready to take this program into the right direction.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it's just business.
Yeah. So is it feel good to have the search completed?
Yes, it felt good.
Weber is known for taking Illinois to consecutive Big Ten championships and a national title appearance in his second year at Illinois. Whether or not he will have the same success at Kansas State, only time will tell.
Weber signed a 5-year, $8.5 million deal at Kansas State and has already hired his first assistant, Chris Lowry, the former head coach at Southern Illinois, who was recently fired for going 8-23. The rest of his staff will be completed in the coming days.
Thanks, Michael. We will have more on Bruce Weber during our sports segment.
Taylor, I can't say I know a lot about Bruce Weber or really even what's going on with K-State basketball right now, but I can say that I'm excited to learn more about it later on our broadcast today.
Well, it is starting to get cloudy outside, and we are now going to send it over to Zach Weaver for a quick look at the weather. Zach?
Thanks, Taylor. And it sure is cloudy, and it's actually downpouring right now, but we got a little bit of rain earlier in the morning, more in this afternoon. It's been an odd start to the spring season. Lots of 90-degree weather, which you usually don't see until later in the spring, but now with this rain and this cold front coming through, kind of opens up for some beautiful weather opportunities later on in the week. So we will take a closer look at the national as well as the Kansas forecast later on the broadcast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Zach. I definitely was not prepared for that downpour this morning, so I hope that it's only temporary and will be gone by tomorrow.
I definitely got drenched walking to class this morning, so I don't mind the rain, but I wouldn't mind 70-degree weather as well.
Well, it has been a while since we looked into the progress of our furry friends in California, Berkeley.
Professor Melgarejo has informed us that the fundraising to save the hyenas of California, Berkeley is going very well. The due date has been moved to from February to September. In that time, they need to raise another $1,500.
This money ensures safe and secure home for the hyenas for 1 year. If you would like to help our furry friends, you can make a donation on Professor Melgarejo's webpage at www.hyenafund.org. A unique booth in the Student Union prompted Channel 8's Chelsea Luth to discover more information about the booth's organization. What did you find out, Chelsea?
What first caught my eye while looking at the booth in the Union was a red, black, and green flag that was dangling from the ceiling. Shortly thereafter, I was greeted with a warm hello and was asked if I knew what was occurring in Syria. On Thursday, K-State students with the Muslim Student Association gathered in the Union to fundraise money for the humanitarian crisis in Syria.
The event here is supposed to fundraise money and get money for the Syrian people so we could get food, medicine, and shelter and winter clothes for the Syrian people because of the violence that's going on there and the bloodshed that's going on there.
Syrians have been in the wake of a year-long revolution, which has escalated into armed conflict. The Syrian people have called for President Bashar al-Assad's resignation and a realignment of power. However, Assad refuses to step down. The revolution has been wreaking havoc on civilians throughout Syria.
The solution will be a diplomatic solution, okay, which changing the regime peacefully, okay, the step down of the current president, Bashar Assad, free elections, and opening, the whole country for improvement.
Student organizations may have booths here in the Student Union. However, this Syrian booth impacts students here and abroad. Safa Tassi, native of Homs, said the Syrian conflict directly hits home.
I brought my parents here. My parents lived in Homs, and before they closed the airports and everything, me and my sister, we just brought them here, and they're staying here with me because I couldn't just stand the idea they're going through this and I'm just sitting here doing nothing.
As of Monday, Syria's government promised to withdraw armed forces from civilian populations by April 12th as long as rebel groups agree to cease fire. This next week could positively or negatively affect the Syrian humanitarian crisis. Back to you, Taylor and Brian.
Thank you for the update, Chelsea.
Well, we have to take a quick break here at Channel 8, but when we come back, we check out the competition that Manhattan Cub Scouts had this past weekend, so stay tuned.
Got a date coming up, but you're running low on cash. Need some help? Well, unfortunately, I can't help you. I'm just kidding. We've got the perfect events for you right here on The Watch. Now, for all you scatters and cool cats out there will be a jazz combo concert tonight at 7:30 p.m. in the Union Station.
One of our most memorable guests have made an appearance back on the show. Michael, tell us how it went.
Well, if you guys don't remember, the Cub Scouts were all excited about the Derby race when they visited us back in February. On Friday, the big event was finally here. On Friday night, they raced, and raced some more. At the Pinewood Derby race on March 30th, the Cub Scouts from all around Manhattan flocked to Northview Elementary to see their hard work in action.
What kind of car did you have?
The black one with red stripes.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
How long did it take you to make your car?
About probably 3 or 4 days.
Although the main goal of the Derby race is to survive with all 10 fingers, some scouts were more into it than others.
Here at the Pinewood Derby race, every car goes down the track a total of 8 times. The car with the fastest time after those 2 rounds will be crowned the winner.
After all races were completed, medals were awarded to the first, second, and third place winners. And for some, winning the Derby race runs in the family.
My husband was in Cub Scouts when he was little, and they did the Derby. So I kind of had a good feeling that they were going to make it.
For Sam Erker, his favorite part of the Derby race wasn't watching his car winning.
Watching the cars go down the track.
Did you have a favorite car today other than yours?
It would be my friend's K-State truck.
In the end, for these scouts, winning isn't as important as having a good time. Unfortunately, while I was there, I did not see the pirate car some of the scouts were excited to build, but the Derby race did live up to the hype. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Michael, and I would definitely agree with him. I was there at the Derby race with him, and it was very exciting, so it was nice to see all of their hard work pay off in the race, and I know that had to be fun for you to watch because you were a Cub Scout.
I was a Cub Scout. Back when I was a little tyke, I built it was a very unique car, I guess you could say. It wasn't very fast, but it was green. I called it Froggy because I painted it green, and I put little yellow dots on it, so I guess in my head it was a frog. But
And how did that car do?
Well, I cheated on accident, let's say. I ended up using like lubrication, like WD-40 on the axles and the wheels. It turns out you can't do that. That's illegal. It's against the regulations. But all the parents were pretty understanding. They're like, it's little kids. They're having fun. So we ended up all using the WD-40, and it turned out to be a really fun night.
Well, at least you got to have a good time.
Yeah, for sure.